On Monday, I had posted a video talking about the FromSoft community, and I posted a link to it on all relevant subreddits. This video was about how opinions are received in the community, and I think it showed pretty well through its reception. And this video was not well received. Why do I think this? Uh, One, I guess the community can't take criticism. Two, people obviously didn't like the perceived spam. And three was, which I think is the main reason, was this comment, which was spammed on all posts. And I think people did not bother watching the video and instead went off this comment to form their opinions. And this comment is all completely fake. And so in this video, I'm going to first revise that video by looking at the points made in that comment. And I hope that people can watch it through this time instead of taking a random comment as facts to form your own opinion. Okay, so first off you say that I call the game slop, and say that is all the video is. Now, already from the first line of your little summary you've made here is incorrect, and I'm not sure if you even watched the video, or you're just lying. I've enjoyed all of the Souls-likes that they've made, and I actually said in the video that Elden Ring was a good game, and I only actually said slop like once or twice in the entire video, and neither of those times did I refer to any of their current games being slop, and it was a reference to them going down this path in the future. The second point that you made is that I spammed the FromSoft subreddits, which I suppose you're kind of true on this, but I was only posting the video in the relevant subreddits to get the message out there, and for no other reason. But I can see that I could have just put it in the main r/FromSoftware subreddit, because I can imagine it would be quite annoying for somebody in all of the subreddits to see my post so many times. But I will say that I think the backlash was unnecessary, and I've done the same before when I posted the college survey, and nobody batted an eye. And I'll combine your third and fourth point. These were that I had called the upcoming Nightreign game Fortnite-esque slop, which I will say, just because I said the two games' names within the same video, that doesn't mean I'm comparing them. And what I actually said in the video is that it looked like it had a Fortnite-esque storm mechanic, which it does. You then actually got something right, because I did say people glaze Elden Ring and FromSoft, and that is correct. And I think denying it is just ignorant. And I won't say anything more on that, but I'm also obviously not talking about everybody. And this is mainly from the newer players in the Elden Ring community. So if this doesn't apply to you, then there's no reason to get mad about that. But then you tell me that I can't get my facts right, not knowing what year Shadow of the Erdtree was released, saying that I said it was released in 2022, 2023, or 2024, which, at this point, I honestly have to ask, are you trolling here? Because the irony of that is insane. Because at 9 minutes, exactly 9 minutes into the original video, I'm clearly stating that Shadow of the Erdtree was released in 2024. I didn't say either of the other years, and Shadow of the Erdtree was released in 2024. Then you mentioned that I said the Elden Ring world was lackluster and empty, which that's an opinion. And I thought the world was beautiful, like I'm sure you do and many others also believe. And I said this in the video. But when the entire selling point of a game is the open world, then you can at least make it fun to explore and fill it with anything that isn't just the same asset over and over with the same bosses over and over. And this is again an opinion. So if you don't believe that, then just ignore that. And I also didn't say Nightreign was going to be slop. So that's another point that just isn't right. I did say Elden Ring has no replayability, which is another opinion compared to the other games. And I will say, you did get mad at one point, telling me that the video was full of opinions. That was the entire point of the video, is that I was giving my opinion. So I don't really know what you wanted me to give in that video. But again, my thing about Elden Ring having no replayability, that was an opinion compared to the other games that they have released in the past, like the Dark Souls trilogy. And the reason I say this is because the game is just way too long for me to ever want to play it again. And I had finished it the first time, and I did mention in my last video that I did want to play it again, but I've made multiple profiles and I just can't get past the first area of the game just because I've just already done it before, and it's just kind of the same. And knowing that I'm gonna have to do this for a way longer time than I would if I just went and played like Dark Souls 3, it puts me off. And the entire point of that video was for me to say, well, first off, give my opinion on the games, but my main point of that video was that the community isn't allowed to have a differing opinion, which I think a lot of that has been proven. This is obviously ignoring the part about people being mad about the spam. And again, I didn't say Nightreign is going to be slop, but I don't think I'd be interested in it, and I won't be playing it, which I did say in the video. But I don't think I'd be interested in it, and I won't be playing it. And the thing about it being free, that would give it a slightly higher chance. But the idea that I have to play and enjoy the game is crazy to me, because I said within the first 2 minutes of the video that it wasn't my kind of game, and the fact that this was a point that you made, that I didn't want to play the game, which invalidates all my opinions, is insane. But again, me calling Shadow of the Erdtree a waste of money is an opinion. And I stated that in the video, but I'm not expecting you to have actually watched the video at this point. But the bosses being reskinned is mostly true in my opinion, because they're incredibly similar to the base game and past game bosses. But it honestly doesn't matter. I just thought it was lazy for the incredibly high price tag that the DLC was sold for. And then on the point of FromSoft not being able to make a mistake, that's true, especially these days, because people criticizing the games are met with simply a get good comment. And this comment used to be a joke, but is no longer a joke within the sort of more the Elden Ring community. And it's also certainly not a small portion of people, because I see this all the time. But there's no point getting mad at me, because if this doesn't apply to you, there's no point even acknowledging it. And there's no point getting mad about me criticizing part of the community that you're not even part of. Just go about your day. And just because people still criticize the games doesn't change my point. Because the point is that people can't criticize the game without being attacked. And I think you read into that too literally. And then your final point is that I couldn't bring myself to fight the final boss, being the consort Radahn boss in the DLC. And I said in the video that I didn't like the DLC, and I was bored by that point. So I don't even know what the point of this was. I don't know if it was some sort of get good thing, or because you know that people don't respect people who, I guess, don't play the game right or give up. But I seriously don't know what the point of this was. I didn't like the DLC, and I had a lot better things to be doing than wasting my time trying to beat this boss, or even just continuing to play a DLC that I wasn't enjoying. And then, finally, are you missing anything? Maybe the entire point of the video, but I don't know. And you've also missed all of your points completely, and maybe you missed your hearing aids and maybe your glasses. I literally don't know. And I'm just going to ignore your empty insults and move on to this. Because I want to say that maybe from this comment, or just people not wanting to sort of give me views, which I will say the views absolutely don't mean anything to me. And I don't make money off of it or anything, so I don't even know what that was. But that's, honestly, the video was about having your own opinion. So if that's your opinion, then just go off, I guess, because I'm not here to tell you that you're not allowed an opinion. But back to it. A lot of people did miss the actual message of the video because I did put it at the end, and a lot of people just went off of that comment or whatever and didn't watch the video. So I'll just repeat it here at the end. Don't just blindly praise the games that FromSoft release, because it's okay to have criticism and allow people to express that. Because if we oppress criticism, the game quality will only spiral, and maybe in the future I will be calling the game slop if this happens. So there you go. And also, let's not continue to foster this toxic community and bring it back to the way it once was, because this community actually was great at one point. And then my final thing is I just want to say let's not lose one of the last good game developers that we have. But that's about it. So I'm just going to leave you with this image, I guess.